Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we are continuing to cover the decks that placed in the top 8 of the new Capenna Championship. That happened about, let's see, by the time you watch this, it's a little bit over a week ago. This is a best of 3 tournament with a top prize of $20,000, and basically a lot of people like to watch the competitive tournament scene for the decks that they then take out and play in MTG Arena. And this was the first big pro standard tournament with new Capenna being legal. So a lot of eyes were on it. And the third place finish is a bit of a brew, a bit of an unknown quantity, not a deck you see every day. It has a lot of cards, I think, that you would agree that you see every day. But in this configuration, I don't think I've seen anything quite like it. And this deck comes from, bear with me, Hisamichi Yoshigoi, who played NAYA Midrange to a third place finish in the event. The event, of course, was loaded with Esper and loaded with Fable of the Mirror Breaker decks, but Hisamichi Yoshigoi brought a NAYA Midrange list that is very off. I like the card selections. It all makes sense in hindsight. Like once you finally get it, you get it, right? But I'd never put the cards together this way. So for red cards in the deck, we have Voltage Surge and Fable the Mirror Breaker. One of the big kind of, I wouldn't call it a breakout card, but Voltage Surge made a big impact on this event by just being a 4 of in so many decks, because every time you have a Fable the Mirror Breaker, you've got a little bit of a Treasure Maker, and any deck with multiple Treasure Makers, now you have an instant speed 4 damage to any target to fight the likes of Goldspan, Dragons, and Raffines, and Voltage Surge just kind of became a card that had to be considered in all kinds of decks. So you seeing 4 of it as like the major main deck removal for this NAYA midrange deck, you're like, okay. I've built a lot of like Bant and NAYA decks that didn't have solid removal, maybe played all the Brutal Cathars and Skyclave apparitions for that, but Voltage Surge starts feeling like it makes a lot of sense, especially when you count the other new Capenna 2-drop here, Gala Greeters. No Prosperous Innkeeper, you know, none of that. Instead, in this deck, Gala Greeters is actually the superior choice because you make and put so many creatures on the battlefield, and generating those tapped treasure tokens again and again can keep the Voltage Surge fueled up, as well as keep growing the Gala Greeters. Between Luminarch Aspirant and Gala Greeters, you have a 2-drop that often scales into the mid-game. The ramping is okay, but it's not the point of the deck. Our turn 3 plays of Fable the Mirror Breaker, Wedding Announcement are very, very strong for stalling on the battlefield, so we don't need to ramp that badly. What we do need to do is keep making bodies and keep the opponent under pressure. So with the amount of bodies that this deck just churns out every single turn most of the time, Gala Greeters becomes a serious threat and kind of a Luminarch Aspirant with extra, to be honest, because you're also getting the treasure tokens and the life. So I really enjoyed the Gala Greeters in this deck. I think that this card, for the most part, has been a disappointment across a number of archetypes, but I think that Hisamichi Yoshigoi found the way. I think this is the best Gala Greeters deck I have personally seen, at least the most competitive. 1 copy of Valorous Stance is just kind of a nice one of. They have to respect it. It will occasionally kill what needs to be killed. It can also kill Raffine. I really like it for 1 of. I think a lot of decks probably can run 1 Valorous Stance and be in a good place, as long as they're also a creature deck so that the indestructible mode helps. Fable, the most played card in the event, really doing well here, and adding something that the green-white mid-range decks were missing, which is just kind of that sticky value, the smoothing out of the clunky draws, and the inevitable end game of just copying really powerful effects like Skyclave Apparition. Then, of course, we also have Wandering Emperors, we have Wedding Announcements, Legion Angel, because it's a deck that's white, Asika's Chariot, because that's a good card, Workshop Warchief. Okay, Thragtusk at home isn't just Thragtusk at home here. The blitzing ability actually makes it very aggressive and very powerful, but you also have Fable of the Mirror Breaker to copy the Workshop Warchief, which puts the deck a little bit ahead of other piles. 1 Sanctuary Warden is an excellent 6-drop curve topper, but they've also got curve topping in Amiria's Call, all 4 copies, just in case you need to make some angels to finish the game. It's it really is a very powerful mid-range deck, and I'm excited to try it out in best of one, because normally while mid-range decks struggle in best of one, this deck has cheap removal. It has a catch-up mechanism. The life gain from this can be very relevant in best of one, where usually who gets out ahead then just pushes over the edge, especially against not the Boros aggro decks that are running around now. Life gain can be very important, and there's just so many ways to gum up the ground with Fable and Wedding Announcement, Seeka's Chariot. Like, every card you play just takes so much out of the opponent's sails that they have to just battle through. It feels like a Jund deck, but it has the color white, which is a very pushed color currently. Probably much more pushed than black. The sideboard is fully intact, so be warned before hitting a craft all option if you import it and don't play best of 3 very often. But I kept the sideboard completely intact so that those of you who want to play some best of 3 can find the deck right here. At the end of the video, we'll do a little review with whether or not this needs changes to go forth in best of 1. But honestly, looking at the deck, I don't know if it does. We'll see after the games, but right now, I would say this has the makings of a successful best of 1 deck, so I'm excited to try it. All right, let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh, and I know what you're thinking, CGB. If you want a mind like Jace, you've got to eat right. Get mouth-watering seasonal recipes and fresh, pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh offers a wide variety of quick and easy recipes that minimize prep and make cleanup a breeze, so you can get right back to your game of MTG Arena. HelloFresh has more 5-star reviews than any other meal kit, so you know you'll always get something delicious no matter what you choose. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week that you'll never end up in a recipe rut. Having my meals pre-planned, pre-portioned, and delivered means I have more time for dominating the MTG Arena meta. Use my link or go to HelloFresh.com and use code POG, CovertMay16, for up to 16 free meals, plus 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes, plus free shipping. Once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. Now back to the video. Big clunker mid-range lists. Usually the kind of decks I'm very skeptical about in best of 1. Just don't know if there's really like that kind of win rate in them. So this is another one of those cases where you're on the draw, and on the play it would be 100% keep, and on the draw you're like, well, the mana's perfect, the hand is generally great, we don't have a play till turn 3. Does that mean we'll lose? And then you look at your opponent and try to make a judgment call. They've got this cute dog, they've got this dog, they've got Davriel, which is weird, but I'm going to guess that they're a smug dog person, and so am I. And smug dog people have good taste. That's what I'm going to take from that exchange. And people with good taste don't play 1-drops, so I'm going to keep. Get the Amiri's Call out of the way so we don't have to take damage later. Uh-oh. If they go pack leader into troll, I don't know what we're supposed to do. I think the answer might be actual nothing. We have no sweepers. In fact, we're just being down 2 creatures to none. It already feels like, well, what do we do? They'll probably Blizzard Brawl the Fable thing, but then we can discard some of these slow Wedding Announcements. But is that what we're supposed to do? I guess what I need to hit are cards like Wandering Emperor. There's the one of... Oh man, they're not going to draw next turn. Yeah, I guess I need to fix my hand because these Wedding Announcements are really slow. We could also just try to get them going. Try to outvalue the opponent with token making, rather than a Fable that makes 1 creature then discards 2 cards. Yeah, at least we don't give them good Blizzard Brawl targets this way. We're just going to try to go wide on them. And then next turn we play Chariot, and maybe the turn after that we play another Wedding. I don't think we have a real chance. Like, this is, like, these mid-range decks just have nothing when they go second in a spot like this. Opponent goes with Trample for both. Smart. Yeah, we can't do anything. We can play out more stuff, but their stuff snowballs so much harder than our stuff because they went first. Also green. Like, green is the king of snowballing, but they haven't been able to stand up to the removal that the format's produced. So it's kind of bizarre that we're up against green here. But it happens. So no Blizzard Brawl. So we could power up the Chariot. The Chariot's never going to attack, and we can keep our 2 cats. Yeah, the Chariot doesn't have a good attack, like, ever. So I think we try to keep our cats here. I guess, yeah. So we block like this. We take out one of the tokens. Wedding announcement flips. Our cats get bigger and stronger. And so do our humans. Maybe that's our path. 5th land is not bad, but we still can't double spell because we haven't drawn a 2-drop in the entire game. We have 3 white already for Skyclave. I guess I'll make red. I mean, is this where you play Fable and try to make sure you hit your next mana for the Warden and that's your that's the plan? Or do you keep this thing ticking? I think I make the bigger creature. Actually, this can be a 5/4. It's the first good Blizzard Brawl target, but if they had a Blizzard Brawl, I think they would have used it last turn, so I don't think they do. So I guess we try to trade this Angel for one of these tokens. Like, how to get your trades here is pretty rough. But we've got a board now, and if they don't have removal, we do have trades. Their own Chariot, okay. I mean, we're trying to stay in there. We're like a good removal spell away from certain doom. But we're fighting. Alright. Let's try to take out all these before the Chariot can copy them. In each of these cases, we keep a token. Okay, they drew a playable. Or not? They just like untapping their land? Okay. Okay. Now what? We got our 6th land. We can play Sanctuary Warden, which can be the biggest thing on the field. We can also play 2 Wedding Announcements, make a pair of 2/2s, and continue to go wide. I think we go for the biggest thing on the field. See, it drops to a 5/5. Okay, there's a removal spell. Better late than never, I suppose. Alright, no Blizzard Brawls. Good. Good. Opponent should probably be thinking of drawing with this pack leader somehow. They're making mana. I mean, they're going to make a giant layer. We can block a giant layer. No big deal. I feel incredibly fortunate that they didn't have a removal spell or a haste creature or something to make us block in bad spots. Also, I think if we had played the Fable instead of the Wedding Announcement, I think we'd just be dead. I think the Wedding Announcement flipping was the key. So I think I learned something about when I'm on the draw and facing the creatures. I think we definitely want the Wedding Announcement, not the Fable. Maybe that was obvious to some people, but I haven't played these in a lot of decks together. That's a tip you can take to the ladder for yourself. Okay. Opponent wants some. I think we give up our shield counter here. Kill this thing. If they stack them in the wrong order, then they don't kill anything. Yeah, maybe they forgot how shield countering works. Maybe. It's a draw. Still don't have a free artifact, so the Voltage Surge only hits for 2 right now. We could play the Chariot and then potentially sack the Chariot. We don't have any +1/+1 counters. I think we double spell. And now I think I play Fable, because the idea of making a treasure next turn and getting to Voltage Surge the pack leader or the Chariot Very promising. Do we attack? We have way more cards than the opponent. All we have to do is not die and we should win. So I think attacking is one of the ways that the opponent can flip this script. They draw Blizzard Brawl, they kill a blocker, they attack with a bunch of things, our life total is too low. Alright, another pack leader. Good. Good, good, good. Sanctuary Warden just taking over here. Wandering Emperor. Nice. Discard? Do I discard? I don't think so. This hand is stacked. That should scare them. Alright. No +1/+1 counters to remove from any creatures yet. But let's get going. There's a lot of ways the opponent could block this wrong. I think I can hit with Sanctuary Warden now. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to remove one thing and make one other play. That's still risky. Patience, patience, patience. Even when aggressive, stay patient. Alright, they might be going for a Chariot block here. So we could just kill the Chariot with Voltage Surge. Some of you are screaming for it, I'm sure. But then we have this play. Are we just Wandering Emperor and our little goblin friend kills the Chariot?
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa.
And now we still have Voltage Surge open for a pack leader. Which maybe we want to do now before they draw Snakeskin Veil and blow us out. No, no. Patience, patience, patience. If they swing with the pack leaders, we'll just place our blocks. Yeah, they don't even want to do the desperation pack leader swing. Nice. We got the win on the draw without a play till turn 3. Those games are rare. Gotta take a moment to taste it. We go first. All right. No plays until turn 3, but that's okay when you're on the play. Dude, oh, nothing but bangers in this deck, man. Shambling Ghast. My face. Right, Deadly Dispute when? So I don't think we Skyclave that. Let's announce our nuptials and see how many RSVPs we get. It helps you plan better. Opponent could let me make the 1/1, then sack the Shambling Ghast and kill the 1/1 if they have a Deadly Dispute, which can be the right play if you don't have a Lulth and you're worried about these 1/1s. But no, they do it now, so I guess they're going with Treasure. If they have a Lulth, that's bad news. It's probably going to draw a lot of cards. Fable. Some people saying it's the best card in Standard. Holy cow. It was definitely the most played card at the event, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And that's with Esper being 35% of the field. All right, this is tough. Part of you wants to play the Chariot. Part of you just wants to exile that thing and not let them fix their hand. You're trying to think of what else Rakdos is going to play, and it's really unclear what the Skyclave Apparition can actually go for. So, I guess if they meat hook now, that's better than them meat hooking later, and we have a sweet follow-up with the Chariot. So, all that to say what? Skyclave. Where's my Fable at? And then do we respect our tokens, or do we throw them in front of the legend, the little Gabo spirit? The Gabo shaman. The treasure maker. The treasure pooper. I don't know. Letting the opponent have a pile of treasures it depends on their deck, you know? Do they play Valky? Do they play Goldspan Dragon? Or do they play Obnixilis? Like, I don't know. Not enough information. I'm sure they play Meathook Massacre, and right now we are not playing around Meathook Massacre very well. To the devil. So they didn't want to trade that Goblin Shaman for the tokens. They would have gladly traded it for an apparition. Okay. Okay.
Families call me their adversary.
What about the den?
I like that.
I mean, I guess they can kill the den with the devil. Say the devil made them do it. I'm just gonna accept that I'm gonna have like 5 life the rest of this game and probably die to Meathook, but I'm not giving up my cards. Okay. They have 1 mana open. That's brutal, right? Because that is most likely Voltage Surge. So I'm not going for the den. I think they want me to. And we do have some counterplay here with Wandering Emperor if they try to surge this. Ray. That's such the perfect card. No counterplay to that. That's such the perfect card right there. But we'll play this Chariot and try to get our act together. And we'll flip this wedding announcement. I still haven't drawn 2-drop in a single game I've played. I guess the Voltage Surge is a 1-drop. I have 4 of those. It's just kind of absurd. Drawn 0 Gala Greeters, 0 Luminarch Aspirants. But you gotta believe that we'll draw it eventually and get back in this game. If you don't, why do you play Magic?
Pleasure doing business with you.
Alright, no hook. They're just gonna be cagey, make us figure out the attacks, which can't blame them. There's the Greeters. So what do we play with the Greet? Like if we play the Greeters now, there's a chance they just kill it. But I think what we want to do is like Wandering Emperor. So, like so. Infernal Grasp, of course. Gotta have the right removal spell at the right time, no matter what. Opponent want to trade with a 3/3 kitty? Or lose an Ob? They choose to lose an Ob. 2 cards left.
How dare you?
They can Meathook for 3. So let's play a Legion Angel, and let's gain life if we get the chance to from the Greeters. It's all about our life total now. We don't want to get counter erased. And okay. I wonder why they let me do that. Did they forget the Greeters did that? Interesting. So they're trying to fuel up for the push to the victory. Ob can go up. We go to 8. They still have hook. Wandering Emperor is 2 life somewhere, but when you're beating down, it's not as easy to get. Okay, they make a 1/1.
You work for me now, runt.
And a Ghast. Interesting. They're trying to defend. We could defend too. Is that the right play though? I guess Wandering Emperor sitting back is a little defensive. Now we'll hold back one of the 2/2s. Hold this land. Not play the Legion Angel. Kind of a giveaway what's going on. Okay. Got there. So if they go for a hook there, but it's not big enough, Wandering Emperor might save an Angel. But if not, we play Wandering Emperor after make creatures try to stay offensive. And it looks like we ground them out. All right. We are on the play, and we have a 2-drop. Real magic. Here it comes. Do we play Amiria's Call? What if we flood out? I still think we do. The questions start on turn 1, guys. Opponent agrees. Amiria's Call. It's the way. Gallagreeters. And next turn, Wedding Announcement to get those free triggers. Luminarch Aspirant can come down later. If our opponent showed us red, maybe we change it up since they sometimes have Spikefield Hazard. And a dog. Woof. Tron assembled. Treasure? Right now, I think I'm supposed to grow the greeters or gain the life. But yeah, let's try leveling up. Let's go for board presence. Don't need the mana that much right now. The Fiend. The Fiend's gotta go. Alright, take a bump. These will get stronger. And that is important. Okay, now we want the treasure. Here's Skyclave. Skyclave Rafine, yes. And +1, nope. +1 now, treasure on end step from the Wedding Announcement. Just don't attack with 2, or we won't get the creature. We want the creature to make the treasure to play the Warden. We've got a plan. Go bigger and stronger than them. And we also have to stay ahead of Hook, which is why the +1/+1 counters are so important. Hook is looking really nasty if they have it, but we would at least keep our greeters. Half land, go. Okay. Half land, go. What costs double green in our deck? Anything? Workshop Warchief does. Okay. Just trying to think if I need triple white for an Amiria's Call. We play this pre-combat? Yeah, because it grows the greeters. I think there's a chance they're going to remove it anyway, but whatever. Good chance they'll Vanishing Verse this. We'll go +1/+1 counter. And then remove a counter for a draw and a token. There is the verse. If we had waited, they might have versed the greeters, but we'll see. Do we want to draw a card? Kinda. I'm feeling like this Meat Hook is going to be bad. And it's not like I'm going to miss that 1/1 too much if they don't have the Meat Hook. If they don't, they're just in big trouble. Alright, Elspeth, sure.
Point me towards the fight.
Get something good?
May your peace last.
Another underdog. Alright, counter here makes it tough to block. Counter here makes shield trade, and then 2 gets to Elspeth. Very doable. Okay. And I think we also play Legion. Do it pre-combat. I'll take the 2 life. We have a lot of mana now. 2/2. We don't want the 4/3 to be an easy block. Okay, they're ganging up. Get rid of the greeters. Meat hook the board is probably the idea. They need an untapped land to hit everything. Maybe then the right play was to put a counter on the angel, so it would survive a meat hook off an untapped land. Apparition. My wedding! No! Dude, how dare you just show up and exile my own wedding? You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, and you exile it with your Skyclave apparition. What the hell is that? Don't ever do that again. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I know. The internet's a ruthless place. Okay, we can't play around a meat hook, and they probably don't have one. So let's just find ways to stay aggressive. Go to 10. Fable them. Announce a new wedding. Since they hated the first one so much, draw cards with it. Luminarch. Sun's getting low for them. They're definitely not in a position to bring back underdogs, but they're attacking and they're trying to draw. I think we just take that. They get a 3/3, I get a 3/3. Nah, just take it. Turn these lands into real cards. Reader's Fable. We just keep playing out? I think so. I think we just keep playing out. If they have to hook the board, having these moving is a good call. Could also play another Legion Angel, but yeah, I think we play the Greeters and a Fable. Take the 2 life. I think a lot of this stuff is going to die if they're going to have a shot in this game. So we might as well play for the worst case scenario. Don't offer them free trade off their Ass Pirate. Swing out. Settle the wreckage. Big surprise, Wandering Emperor.
I'm not overconfident. This is what you get for hurting my people.
They go to 4. Anything that we could play off the top at instant speed that we couldn't play with this mana? No. End the turn. Voltage Surge would have made me feel nice and squishy, but it wasn't there. Fortunately, we have a Fable to turn these lands into more real cards. I mean, that's a hook gamer, right? Either they have it or they don't. Let's leave the Skyclave Apparition on the field so we get a 3/3. That is not a meat hook.
I won't let Kamigawa fill my fiddle again. I know something you don't know.
Okay.
Try not to let your blade do the talking.
Okay. What's going on here? 4 life. Maybe they're going to play another Wandering Emperor and stay alive. Okay, we draw our own. Play you. I guess we have to be a little bit careful. Wandering Emperor comes down, exile one of the 3/3s. They block the other. They take not quite dead, but they do have to make some pretty tough blocks, so we'll make them have it. Now, what if I Wandering Emperor exile my
Anyone who harms
own
my people
tapped creature?
with me.
So they're going to exile that. They're going to make another 3/4/4. Okay. If I exile this in response and they don't gain the life, they still get the creature, and they still block 2 things, and they go to 2, and we don't have another Wandering Emperor to do the damage, so, okay.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Interesting. Okay.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off. I've got new
Just keep the
moves to
pressure,
teach
keep the
you.
pressure. Down to 3. Another draw. There's an Amiria's call. Squad levels up again. Vanishing Verse. Okay.
I guess that's it then.
Hard mode. Rafine? Sure. They're staying right in it.
I've got all kinds of
Okay,
connections.
don't have Verse mana open anymore, though.
Show them
I think my closing's been a little sloppy because we didn't have to like attack with Apparition and open ourselves up to that line. I just was kind of like make them have it, but I didn't have to. We definitely could have just leaned on them for a while longer because we do have the advantage. Big Surge. Better late than never, I suppose. Reflections can make a lot of reflections, but they're tapped. We don't have a way to take advantage of it like our own Meat Hook Massacre. So I think we just make everything indestructible. We make a copy of an angel. Hope this resolves. Okay. Let's see, blocks on the ground. 3/3, 5/5. Everything's indestructible. Definitely don't have to move here, and I can use the Voltage Surge on the Wandering Emperor. I'm forced to block with Rafine. That's good. Opponent's trying to keep a Luminarch. Yeah, they're keeping a few things. They keep the ninja. Okay, that means we get a 3/4/4 to block with. And we still have Voltage Surge, Sack Treasure, or just Voltage Surge the Emperor. Emperor can minus, get the 2 life. We don't like that. Can also kill the Luminarch. Can also kill the ninja. I just don't think those things are what's going to kill us. I think this is. The 2 life makes everything a lot harder.
I still have much to learn.
Still holding your breath for me, Ook, I know. Me too. The top. Kaito draws.
Have here.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. A lot of sweats for meat hooks these days. On the play, all the Tron colors and a greeters. We will try it. Might as well threaten a Voltage Surge, although who knows what I would actually use that on. Greeters, no follow-ups. Come on, wedding announcement. Would be a perfect draw. I'd still take it. It was there. Draw and assemble. Wedding announcement. Fable is the other perfect draw there. Our opponent understands. What do you guys think? Do I play the Garden so if I draw a Wandering Emperor I can play it, or do I play the Den so if I draw an untapped land I can power it up? Tough call. I'm really not sure. I mean, untapped land is more likely, and it might be white anyway, because there are more white sources in the deck than any other color. Skyclave Apparition, though, is another double white card I can't cast now, potentially. One of those tough calls. Okay, opponent's getting their loot on, but they have no board. If I had our red source, I could shoot the Kaido, but it wouldn't be for enough. There's the punish. There it is. I deserve it. I guess what I would have done though is apparition this, and it's something I can easily voltage surge, so maybe this isn't the worst.
What do we have here?
The opponent, they didn't make a ninja, so they're discarding a lot with the Kaido. Looks like they're playing the Grixis Vampire list that we get to run soon. Another interesting top 8 achievement card. And now it looks like they have Evelyn. They discarded one, so I'm guessing they have another. And we don't have an easy answer to that card, but we can play Sanctuary Warden. We can also go for the Skyclave Apparition. I guess Workshop Warchief is a pretty good way to fight this, right? With Blitz. So we send it here. If the opponent kills it, whatever. Do we hold these back or do we want to draw a card? I guess we really do want to draw a card. Make sure Kaido dies. They're probably going to play Evelyn, ambush this. So they discarded one. If they had a removal spell, they would play it, I think. But do I want a card off this wedding announcement? Like, how good are these 2/2s? I don't think they're great anyway. Play around removal spell. We don't have to play around removal spell here. We can actually let the opponent have this Kaido, because we can app it later. And right now it's just draw discarding. Yeah, maybe they're Grixis. Let's just be aggressive. Blood Vial Purveyor is a card. A big card. Oh, I kept thinking draw a card from this, but it was already flipped. I don't think that changes it, though. I still don't think these 2/2s are getting any better, so yeah, I like it. I still like the play. Doesn't excuse not knowing what's going on, but I still like the play. You get 2 more cards. One of them is an Infernal Grasp. One of them's my Legion Angel. Ugh.
I know something you
Not good. Not good. How do I get this Evelyn to die? I'll take a blood. I guess I should play the Aspirant first. Could have had more blood. Try to force a block here. If they go to 3, their Infernal Grasp is a lot worse. Okay. Think about how much damage Swag Tusk here did. Oh my god. Drag Tusk at home, not so much. Alright, they flip that, we can draw an Apparition or a Valorous stance and be in this. They got our stance, Jesus. It makes me angry. Well, they're worried about blocking now. So if they transform this and they have a life linker, it's a problem. And yeah, now they're playing all kinds of creatures. And transform. Okay. So I don't think we like if we hit a removal spell, but they took our stance. And we need an artifact to sacrifice to Voltage Surge. So I think we keep this blood token. If I had 2 blood tokens, I could definitely dig. I guess I have another artifact to sacrifice to the Surge and the Chariot. So I could get rid of the Warden. But I think the Warden is my next best thing since all their stuff... Yeah, I think we just keep it. I think we just keep it. All their stuff is destroy, not exile. So Warden's looking really good. All right. If I had my own Wandering Emperor, I could exile my own thing in response to the block and possibly still win, but no, we do this. Now I'm going to take a counter off you. Try to keep those shield counters on my Warden. 6. Tough thoughts. Okay, Meat Hook for 5. So yeah, let's put it right back where it was and chill. Now the opponent's going to try to maximize all these cards they have in exile, but they can only do 1 a turn. And they still have to survive the Sanctuary Warden. This does have Death Touch, but this has 2 shield counters. We're not moving those shield counters. Close game. Does a shield counter prevent it? Damage would be dealt. Remove a shield counter instead. So I think that means they don't gain any life. So they need another flying blocker. Kaido's cranking out ninjas now, isn't he?
Who can help?
Go to 1. Sus. Very sus. Do I just try to draw the Voltage Surge? I don't think so. I think I just play the Chariot and the Aspirant. How do they get back in the game? Meat Hook is the only way, right? And right now, they have to block this, so they're not going to gain life. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the ground, and they have a Valorous stance for this. I can't get them. I can't get them. But if I draw removal for this, I win. No, they have Valorous stance to protect it. So I'd have to wait for them to play the Valorous stance. Alright, so I don't think I try to take draws. I think I just keep on grinding. Force them to battle through 2 shield counters. Because I think they're going to use Valorous stance on the Rhino. Guess they don't have to. Apparition. It was there if I'd used the blood token. It was there. They're gonna go indestructible? They are. Okay. Alright, shield counter down. I think I exile this, but yeah, they can play the other Henrika if they draw it, because it can be on the other side. Too bad I drew that late. Could have dug for it, would have hit. Alright, 1 shield counter on Sanctuary Warden. Has to be good enough. They're out of destroy effects. Another flying Death Toucher. And they get a Chariot. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a nonsense game. That'll make another flying. Another flyer with lifelink. And another 2 cards exiled.
You deal with this.
Can I get there? They have too many blockers.
I'm hungry.
And they keep making them.
It's like
Smart.
your defenses aren't even
Okay,
there.
let's drop you. Emiria's Call. We need an untapped land to play it. We don't get it. We don't get it. Could have played this a few times. Just feel permanently got for each decision, you know what I mean? One life. I guess if I draw land, I might cast the Call, but I really want to before a combat step because of the indestructibility. It's a tough call, guys. A tough call. If I hit a Surge, I don't win. All right. There's a Surge. Need an artifact, so I guess I'm playing Chariot. They don't gain life. They don't have any counter spells there. Do you think they actually sneaky run a counter spell? I'd have to sack the Chariot. It's not something I really want to do. I prefer they hold up the mana. Let's say go. See what they do. Next turn they can start copying their flying and their death touching and oh god. I got another one. They hit Wandering Emperor. No! Not Wandering Emperor. Oh my god, their hits are so good. Their hits are so good. They're still only at 1. We've kept their life total low. They're gonna go for it now. I'm gonna try to exile this thing before another trigger happens. Okay.
You're done.
All right, there are some crazy attacks that might be able to set up now if they think that they're getting a block with their Nighthawk Scavenger. What instance do they have in exile? None? None. Myria's Call swing? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I want them to block as if they think their scavenger is going to work, and then I kill either the creature that the scavenger is blocking. Does that mean I don't attack with Chariot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. God, it's even. So this is the play, right? This is the play. And if they have a spot removal spell, it's a disaster. But we ride. Ride or frickin' die. Infernal Grasp, no! But they go to, wait, they go to 1, they go to 1, they go to 1, they go to 1. And that was their last card. Infernal Grasp, yes! Did I forget about that lifelinking vampire? Did I? Is this no longer lethal? I think it still is, right? They killed 1, we made 2? I mean, I'm just gonna let it play out. Nothing else to talk about here. my gosh, it looks like they're gonna stay alive. It looks like they're gonna stay alive at 1. And they keep the lifelinker. But we keep most of our board. And we're at 23. So they still need to come up with a Mythic Massacre. God. Start it back at 1. Top card, Angie. Angie. That can gain life. Can it gain enough? Right now we go so wide. And now I'm down a Den, so I can't necessarily Amiria's Call. And now they have blockers. And another blocker. Oh my god. Do they attack to get off 1? They don't. Okay. Well, yay. I guess make as many of their blocks bad as possible so that if their vampire gets in the mix, it can't win. And then probably put something on a flyer. Because they're going to have a Legion Angel. Sack, dude. 6. Right now, Hook still clears the board. I mean, 3 is a pretty magic number. 4 doesn't really matter. Okay. Indestructible. Under the bus, everyone. What a stupid game. I'm sure I could have won it. Oh, I know. I know at one point if I had made, if I had used a blood token or the cycling land, I could have won it. God, another scavenger. Where do these come from? And they keep drawing them. All right, another flyer. No Legion for you, but you killed my whole Legion. Off the top, it's a land. All right, so they want to block these two for sure. The Evelyn really wants to stay alive. I think we just go all in again. So they need to block these two. Neither one trades with the Legion, so we need to put these on some smaller creatures. Well, I didn't even bother. Math is for blockers. I'm gonna add that up. That looks like it's still 10. That looks like it's more than enough. Holy crap, we won that game. Oh, what a, wow. Wow, these vampires, they get grindy. And we are back for the post-game wrap. Let's check the stats powered by MTGA. Assistant download link in the description. Most exciting graph you'll ever see. 100% win rate. It took a while. We had to grind a lot, but we did a legit 4-0. So I don't know. I'm starting to think if a deck actually puts up like an 80+% win rate, that I should play it a week later and just see if I can do it again. Now here's the problem with that. On YouTube, if people don't click on your thumbnail as much, you get pretty punished. And there is a group of people who will not click this thumbnail because it's just none of the cards or colors that they like. So if I put up a similar thumbnail a week from now and they don't click it, then like the algorithm just tanks your video. So that's why I try to play a different deck every day. That's why the formula became to play a different deck every day for so long and not to do like part 2 or follow up on such and such deck. And if I did try to do that at least a month apart, I sometimes think the meta moves too fast for that. I think we'll have to have this NAYA midrange deck back on the channel though in a month at least, because we've got all freaking summer. We've got the whole summer long, guys, with no new cards in Standard. Not until September. Oh, wake me up when September comes. So, yeah, we're going to have to revisit this deck and see if it can keep up the win rate. But I do think it has all the makings of a deck that we want to play in the current best of one meta. It just absolutely battles forward. And it even surprised me. I thought being behind against mono green that our bodies wouldn't keep up, and they did. They very much stood up to mono green, stabilized in the mid game, and took over. And against the control-ish decks, the blue decks of the format, they just couldn't handle all the threats. It was an absolute avalanche. So I'm enthusiastic about this deck. I think it should see more play. It probably won't because it's a 3-color deck. 3-color decks are incredibly less popular than 2-color decks and 1-color deck. The opposite of Commander. In Commander, all the 3-color decks are, oh my god, so hype. And then in Standard, especially best of one Standard, it's like, if you want to be popular, 1, monocolor deck, 2, dual color decks, control and mid-range stuff that's kind of funky, and then 3 and 4 and 5 color decks do much worse typically after that. The weird thing is 3-color decks do a lot worse than 2-color decks. 4-color decks do the absolute worst. 5-color decks, for some reason, those like jump right back up. Like, for some reason, it just tickles the part of the brain that you can use every color in Magic and get away with it. I don't know. Anyway, there's a ramble about numbers on YouTube. A good number of people give me suggestions about how to run my channel, how many videos to release, what formats to play, what colors to play, what decks to play. I guarantee none of them actually look at my numbers to figure out what performs well. I have to live with those numbers. So if I'm dismissive of a lot of you should do this with your channel advice, there's good reasons for that. Yeah, I live the numbers. Most of you don't even have to look at them. Most of you couldn't, with a blindfold on, tell me how many views yesterday's video had, but I can. All right, anyway, little post-game rant. Sometimes we do that. We like to shake it up. People love the raps. Sometimes they get the post-game rants. Hope you like it. Try this NAYA mid-range deck if you've got the cards. This deck is sweet, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying it again and seeing if we can improve on that 4-0 mark. So we'll bring it back sometime 2 weeks to a month, something like that. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.